Nipsey Russell. Nipsey Russell. My father always told me that he and Nipsey Russell were brothers, but I couldn't see how. And when I got a little older, he explained the story to me. My father, he was a cabinet maker, and he lived in this house that had a basement, and he used the basement as his workshop. So when customers would call him, he would make the cabinets in the basement. In the early 1960s, he didn't have a car, so he went and purchased a bicycle, a Raleigh, made in England. Had the headlight, the taillights, and a big leather bag in the back to store stuff in. One particular time he was making cabinets and ran out of nails, so he had to go to the lumber yard on his bike. When he got there, he got the nails, came back out and noticed he had a flat tire, so he started pushing the bike back home. And along the way, a car pulled up next to him. Dude rolls down the window and says to my father, "You need a ride?" My father said, "Yeah, sure." So a guy gets out, opens up the trunk. My father puts the bike in there. In those days, you could put like 10 bikes in that trunk because cars were a lot bigger. Anyway, he gets in the car, they're driving back home, and the guy asks my father, "What's with the big bag of nails?" And my father says, "I'm a cabinet maker." The guy says, "You know what, I need some cabinets done at my house. You mind coming over and measuring?" So my father went over and measured. Turns out the guy was Nipsey Russell. And Nipsey Russell agreed to have the cabinets made. A few weeks went by, my father was over there installing the cabinets, and he was stepping on a porcelain sink that was slightly wet. He loses his balance, falls on the porcelain sink, breaks it, and a piece of porcelain cuts him underneath the arm, causing him to lose a lot of blood. Nipsey Russell puts him in the car, takes him to the hospital, but an hour before that, there was a major accident on the highway. A lot of people got injured, and they needed blood transfusions, so the hospital was running out of blood. And when they found out my father's blood type, they realized they didn't have any of his blood in stock. So they put an order in to the hospital up the road, and they said to him, "There'll be blood here soon." Who knows, right? But Nipsey Russell thought of something. He said to my father, "What's your blood type?" And my father told him. Nipsey Russell said, "That's my blood type." So they told the doctor, and the doctor did a transfusion. And that is how Nipsey Russell and my father are brothers. They're blood brothers. So that's what happened. Nipsey Russell.